Scene one, take one.
All right. Why don't you start by introducing yourself?
My name is Ben Whitehouse. I own a couple of landscape companies, Spring Green Lawn Care of Pineville and Charlotte Topdressing.
Cool. Tell me about your career in lawn care, how you got started, what your journey has been like.
I started 28 years ago in the landscaping and lawn care business, doing full service landscape maintenance, landscape installs, lawn care treatments, and I really always gravitated towards the science of lawn care, the health of lawns, and from there, I really wanted to focus on the lawn care part of the industry, helping with the health of lawns and lawn care programs, the science behind it. And that's when I started the Spring Green Lawn Care franchise out of Pineville, North Carolina, and which is all about everything to do with the health of the lawn, nutrients, weed control, disease, insect control, and getting lawns uniform, lush, green lawns. There's nothing more satisfying than a beautiful, lush, growing lawn in our area. So that kind of became my passion to develop programs to achieve that goal.
What are the challenges of growing grass in the Charlotte area?
Well, in the Charlotte area, we are in the transition zone, so that does create some challenges with growing grass in our area. There's two main turf types that we deal with. Tall fescue is a cool season grass. If anywhere north of here, say up into Virginia, that area, tall fescue is a thriving year-round turf type. In the Charlotte area, the summers are not very kind to tall fescue. It doesn't do well in the heat and the humidity unless you just have perfect conditions there. The warm season grasses just a little bit south of us, say Columbia area, you're basically 100% warm season grass there. The conditions are much better for it the further south you go. Here in the Charlotte area, we just have a longer dormancy period for warm season grasses like Bermuda and Zoysia. So not ideal for either turf type, but the programs we developed we've developed programs for each turf type to kind of maximize the growing season and help it through the struggles of the harsher condition that affect these grasses.
And how did you learn those processes of what it takes to really grow a great lawn in Charlotte?
That's one thing I did find out quickly, and one thing I really like about lawn care is its constant learning. Even after 28 years of experience, every year is a new learning experience. There are new products coming out, there are new trends, weather conditions are different every year. You really have to be proactive. You have to be ready to pivot at any time. Nature is going to do what nature wants to do at any time. So we try to manipulate nature to an extent, by using some of the products that we use for prevention, and a lot of it is guesswork. One of the phrases I use a lot when people ask me about being in lawn care, it's like trying to hit a bullseye while blindfolded. So a lot of times you are using history, past experience, and you're trying to guess what's going to happen and time your treatments that way. And for the most part, it works. There's always ups and downs. There are always issues that are going to come up. Every lawn is a little different. So, when you are doing lawn care on a larger scale, you have to be ready to deal with the lawns that are not reacting the way you want to. There's a lot of troubleshooting that goes into why this is happening on a particular lawn. And one thing that has helped me that I also learned is surround myself with people that are experts at what they do. They're passionate. I have several of, I would consider some of the top turf experts in our area. They live and breathe lawn care. They love it. They love talking to people about their lawns, come up with solutions, recommendations, and that's the best thing about it, is transforming a lawn from one that is struggling to near perfect. There's no such thing as perfection in lawn care, but we can get it pretty close.
That's awesome. So tell me, through this whole process, what you learned about top dressing and what made you decide to start offering that as a product.
So the traditional lawn care program, pre-emergent, weed control, applying nutrients through the year, has been the standard forever. There are a ton of lawn care companies that all basically do the same thing. You have your 7, 8, 9 step lawn care program. Let me start that over.
Yeah, no problem. You can pick up where you left off.
Where was I?
Traditional lawn care program.
Yeah. And I've developed a really great program over the years. It works every time. However, the timeline is sometimes a challenge on certain properties. It could take 2, 3, 4 plus years to get a lawn from where it is to what the customer expects it to be while paying money for a lawn care program. So that timeline is difficult for a lot of people. The thing that we learned over the years is it comes down to a couple of very basic things: nutrients, watering, cultural conditions like shade, sun, and then probably the biggest thing is the condition of the soil. That is the game changer for a lawn. If you have really nutrient rich, organic rich soil, everything else is easy. The problem is, in our area, we tend to have more compacted red clay soils in our area. So the game changer is change the soil, optimize the soil. That makes it much easier to grow grass and have a super nice, thick, lush lawn. The challenge with that is it takes time to get there with the traditional lawn care program. Top dressing your lawn with organic, rich soil is the quickest and best way to get from point A to a beautiful, nice, lush lawn that we all want. So that's why we decided to start Charlotte Top Dressing.
And what is top dressing? Like, give me a basic definition, a description of what top dressing is.
With top dressing, the whole point is to amend the soil. So with top dressing, it's all about soil health, and soil health leads to strong roots. If your turf roots are healthy and strong, have good soil to grow in, everything above the ground is going to be that much nicer and healthier and stronger. So top dressing is a way that we can amend the soil, get the organic, rich nutrients in there, sandy soil for warm season grasses. Once we get the soil optimized, everything else works so much better. So that's the whole point of top dressing, is to quickly change the soil profile so it's optimal for your turf.
Cool. And why are you just offering top dressing now? Why isn't this something you've been doing your whole career?
We've always known that soil health is the number one thing that we need for growing good grass. However, the challenge has always been, how can we change the soil? You know, we actually tried it years ago with bringing a load of soil out, having a crew of guys moving it, a shovel full, a wheelbarrow full at a time. It worked great. However, it was just so labor intensive, we weren't able to sustain that service in that way. Even though we've always known top dressing is the game changer, the more we thought about it, the more we looked at options. There's been some new equipment advances. These new top dressing machines are attainable now, usable on residential lawns. So we decided to put together a process where we could offer top dressing for residential lawns, keeping it as affordable as possible, making it as efficient as possible. And with these new top dressing machines, working with some of the landscape suppliers to get the exact mix of material that we want, organic sand for leveling warm season lawns, nutrients, everything that the roots of your grass are looking for. It's all dialed in now. So we decided it was time to offer this service, and it goes hand in hand with a traditional lawn care program to get the best lawn that you can have for your property.
Go back to what you were talking about with when you started listing or started talking about manufacturers offering the mix. Just start from there and just go again.
Okay. we've been able to work with landscape suppliers to get really perfect mixes of material for each turf type. For your warm season grasses, we get the sand soil compost mix. Just allows Bermuda lawns to really thrive, get that golf course fairway look to it. For tall fescue lawns, we get really organic, fluffy topsoil that we can top dress lawns with. You're changing the soil profile to optimize the soil for that turf type. And once we really started working with the suppliers, getting what we want, having access to top dressing equipment that works great on residential lawns, it's kind of a no-brainer now. It's the best thing we can do for our lawns, and we want to offer it to as many people as possible, make it accessible and very efficient, 100% organic, and it works better than anything we've ever done to improve a lawn.
Awesome. That's great. So was top dressing, like, before this new equipment started coming out that was that made it accessible for residential? Is it something that was just used on like a larger commercial property? Like was it reserved for these huge properties, like maybe a college campus or a golf course or whatever?
Yeah, the history of top dressing is comes from golf courses. Of course, when you go to a golf course, you're expecting pristine turf conditions, beautiful fairways, the greens flawless. The way they achieve that is through amending the soil, optimizing the soil through top dressing. You'll even notice a lot of times if you do play golf, when you take a divot out of the turf, they ask you to put a little sand on the divot. That allows Bermuda in particular to grow right back through it and thicken back up and repair itself. So taking what we've learned from the golf course community and applying that to residential lawns, that's what's giving us the opportunity to really level up the quality of residential lawns on par, no pun intended, with the quality of golf course turf.
That's awesome. Cool. Good stuff, man. Let's stop for now.